truly matters is not which party controls our government, but whether our government is controlled by the people. For too long, a small group in our nation's capital has reaped the rewards of government while the people have borne the cost. The establishment protected itself, but not the citizens of our country. That all changes starting right here and right now.
On the Fringe with Dan RadioStyle. Hope everybody out there's having themselves a great day. Are you ready to be a part of the change? Are you ready to be a part of what we are going through? The world is not going to resemble what it did. We are never going back to anything. We are heading into a new world. It will be rooted in many areas of comfort, but it will be a new, glorious world. We are going through a transition on this planet, in our lives, in our political systems, across the board. It is happening. These are the prophesized times. A lot of people have it in their minds how it's supposed to play out. Guess what? It's playing out how it plays out. It's happening now. Day to day, we're going to talk about it. It's what we do on this channel. Of course, make sure, please, that you subscribe to me, preferably on Rumble, only in that it seems to be where most people are. It's a great platform. I do own stock in it, so it helps there. But on top of that, there's a strong chance of all the people that watch on YouTube. I got 2 channels. They gave me my old one back, and then I had the new one that I'd already started like a year before, so I'm like literally uploading to 2 channels the exact same content. But it's, it's like an extra couple thousand views. So thank you guys on YouTube. Appreciate you guys finding me. It's awesome. But you guys probably want to go to Rumble or BitChute. Look for On the Fringe. I do have links. I think they're on the bottom of the screen typically. So that's the name of the channel. That's why Rumble's easiest. You just type On the Fringe and the channel part, and it's me. A lot of people steal my content. Needless to say, can't steal me, right? That's what comes down to it. Got a lot going on. People are tripping. The Doomsday plane was spotted at LAX. Apparently Hegseth was on it. I guess Laura Loomer was reporting it. I'm wondering if I'm misunderstanding this statistic in here that they give. But it's called the E-4B Night Watch. It is a heavily modified Boeing 747 operated by the U.S. Air Force. Serves as a flying command center designed to keep the federal government functioning during major national emergencies. What we've got attempting to go on with the Minneapolis riots and whatnot, I don't think it took form. Again, they tried to start something in L.A. We'll see. I mean, they're still working at it, but it's a white chick. No offense, but it's a white chick that we've got all sorts of video evidence that shows she's guilty. That shows she was being annoying beforehand. She's like dancing on her horn. And she's all dancing in her car, blocking the road. Again, here's the thing. If you do stupid stuff and die, I don't feel bad for you. And all the people that are like, but what about her family? Like that dude I played yesterday. I'm calling him Snoop Dogg because he sounds like him. Like, if you were caring about your family as an individual, right? You have 3 kids. All right, so you've got 3 kids as an individual. Are you going to run out and literally be a part of these Minneapolis blocking cops, all this kind of stuff? Is that what you're going to do as a responsible adult? Really? Can't get a job at a fast food restaurant or something else that pays probably just as much and isn't going to get you killed? Likely get you killed. Depends where you're at. Certain parts of Chicago, Minneapolis, parts of LA, I just won't even go into the damn city. I don't even care. There's no part of LA I want to go into. I gave up LA long ago. Never really liked it that much. I saw a couple like theater things up there. But anyway, this is flying in here. Yay.
Wow, look at this.
It's just badass. One thing I'm gonna throw this out to people, and I could probably look it up. I'm curious. Maybe I will. But this hump is very unique, and many people would be like, "Well, it's like satellite stuff." Sure, probably, yes, but president's plane doesn't have a big giant hump on the top of it, so right? Something else going on? Encryption? I don't know. Special satellites. Maybe the president's plane doesn't need to be connected to directly that way. They've got other ways to connect. But this is like end of the world. And so now we need direct connect. It's probably more what it is. But whatever the case is, this plane is remarkable. It is supposed to be, they would say, nuclear proof, meaning essentially it's EMP proof. When a nuke goes off, almost always it shoots out an EMP. Especially if they detonate in the air. That's one of, there's a lot of fun things about nukes that are not cool. I don't think we're going to be allowed to use them, whatever the case is. But this thing's flying around because we've got some serious stuff going on in the world. Iran, we've got obviously Venezuela. We are Mexico. We're going to be talking about it soon to be. This is pretty crazy. What's going? Like I said, this is crazy times. This is the bumpy year. We are there, folks. Also remember gold, frankly. Golden's over. Pay attention to them anyways. If you can't afford it, I get you. Just keep working. If you got kids, rather than going to college, very much would learn trades. Electricity, plumbing, all that stuff. Building, all that stuff. This is going to be a big, big deal over the next 10, 20 years. Everyone's like, AI's going to replace everything. No, it's not. AI can't build a building yet. Dude, when we get to that, that's going to be rad. When we got nanobots and shit that can build a building, that'll be incredible. And you go to sleep and wake up tomorrow and there's a friggin' 3-story building next door. You're like, where the shit did that come from? I didn't even hear them. We're not there yet. But it's coming though. You're not going to, the future, we're going to, I don't know. I'd love to do a show on just speculation, even have some crazy people on that I'd probably invite. But it would, that would be fun. That would be a fun show. Anyway, we'll see. Amazon is ditching the United States Postal Service. This is another, I feel like it's a kidney stab with a shiv in the prison of what we call the USPS. This is a dying, well, first off, unions run it pretty much. It's government run. There's so much waste, fraud, and abuse. So much inefficiency. And again, I blame the unions heavily. And it's a non-functional system because of blue management, because of Democrat management, because of communist management. It is ineffective. I just want to say it doesn't work, but that's kind of redundant. So Amazon's not doing it anymore. They're going to just expand their own stuff. They're tired of helping them. I think the post office got greedy, and I think Amazon said, which is cool. I like that. I don't know if you guys hear it. I hear it because I live here. So there's this every few seconds you hear this noise. It's what it sounds like to me, anyways. Like sucking, and that's the all the taxpayers that are leaving the state. Two different ways we're looking at this today. because California just excels at being awesome. It actually is an amazing place to live, but yeah, they've done a really good job at fucking this place up. They've done an excellent job. Well done, Gavin Newsom, Karen Bass, and all you left-wingers, nut jobs that have fucked this state up. I don't want to say granola eaters, because I like granola. It's delicious. I don't think it's granola that makes you fucked up. I just think a lot of fucked up people like granola. I just, when they're eating twigs and berries and brush or whatever the shit they eat, yeah, this is what happens. U-Haul rentals, fleeing the state in like giant, huge numbers. We got that on record. Also, we got Google's founders. Literally, this is how rich people work. This is a great example. I thank God am not even anywhere near. There's enough annoyance in my life with the success I've been lucky and blessed with. But it's funny. Success actually has a whole set of things that get created that most people don't realize. It's just like, oh, shit, really? I got to worry about all that stuff now too? Google founders Larry Page and Sergey Brin. These dudes are super rich, right? They have some, how many? Terminated or moved 15 California limited liability companies 10 days before Christmas. So they're closing down shop in a bunch of ways. They're reducing their presence. More than 45 California limited liability companies associated with Mr. Page filed documents last month to either become inactive or move out of the state. The threat of the billionaire tax has the billionaires running. Now, there's not enough of these dudes to pay the tax. Everybody's like, yeah, take your 5% of what, it's just a fucked up thing. By the way, it's just fucked up. Taking 5% of someone's gross worth right now, their net worth, that's like the unrealized taxes. That's another one I can't, unrealized gains, right? Like if my stock is up, like Rumble. My Rumble stock, well, it was actually, it's gone down, so by the way. I'm sure my guy is like, dude, you should have sold. And I'm like, I'm a long holder. I'm just one of those retards. I'm going to hold this stock. I love it. But I'm still up. But when you look at the unrealized gains, I would have been taxed on it. When I went down and lost money, would they give me that money back as unrealized losses? No. So they're going to take your money before it's even your money. I'm still holding on to the Rumble stock. I would have gotten taxed when it was high. It was up to like $12 or something crazy. And then when I lost it, when it went down to like 5 or 6, wherever the hell it's at right now, they wouldn't have given me that money back. It's the biggest fraud scam in the world. And there's so many people that are like, yeah, F people that have anything of value. We should have a value tax. So unless you're homeless, you should have everything that you have taxed. Dan, you keep showing that gold coin. We should tax the hell out of it over and over and over and over. You mean like a paper contract? Fuckers. It's a mess, California. Hopefully we're all getting fixed. Look, here's the thing. I try to stay healthy because I'm probably going to blow a gasket if I don't. STEM Active. It's one of my favorites. By the way, there's a couple of you guys that made promises that I kind of ran out of product. I overpromised, and I found a way to deliver. You're getting capsules instead. All right? A bunch of people got the gel. And it's done, by the way. I won't be doing that again for a little while. And by the way, I pay full price for everything. I don't get any like freebies. They don't like just, hey Dan, here's samples now. It's not how it works. STEM Active is amazing. It raises the stem cell count in your body. Not by putting stem cells in you, but by putting plant-based trusted ingredients in you. And those cause your body itself to raise the stem cells. Now, as we grow older, that stem cell count diminishes. Your stem cells are your healing cells. They're the cells that literally can go into any other part of the body and become that part of the body. Like a shin cell can't go run up to the brain and become a brain cell. It just can't. It's always going to be a shin cell. I don't think there's actually such a thing as a shin cell. It'll probably be bones, but whatever. We're having fun today. Don't get off in the weeds. Stem cells can do both. They can be shin cells or bone cells or forehead cell. It can go wherever it needs to. Your stem cells are powerful cells that help you fight aging, help you fight deterioration, help you fight injury. I'd hurt a shoulder, dislocated it, and it was hurting when I was working out. That's where I was like, all right, start taking the STEM Active. I'd say it's about 3 weeks. And I was like working out, and I'm like, wait, it doesn't hurt anymore. And it hasn't since, by the way. And it's not one of those things where you just stop, in my opinion, because there's long-lasting effects. It helps sleep. It helps a lot of different things. It's just a very good balanced supplement in your life, but certainly helps get your stem cell counts up. So you've got that. You've got a gel version, and there's also a version for your pets. It's like half the price, but it's a chewable tablet that your pets can enhance their stem cells. If you think about they're going through anything or need some surgeries or stuff like that, this is a good way to go. Balance for the ladies going through the change. I had that story yesterday or the day before where a lady boiled her husband and she tried to blame it on menopause. Hey, good, maybe, right? Having one of them off days, boiling your husband and 60 chihuahuas. 60 chihuahuas. Where do you even find 60 chihuahuas? Anyway, it was a crazy story. Apparently, this is some of the imbalance that happens during this transition. Transitioning into baby making is difficult, and transitioning out of baby making is difficult. Ladies have it tough. They got to worry about a whole lot of things that us dudes, like, I can pee and write my name in the snow. It's night and day differences. Night and day differences. So balance is one of these things that's designed for you ladies. I've talked to a couple ladies that were going through the changes. They were both on the synthetic hormones. One did not like the synthetic hormones. The other did. And both of them found balance to be just an amazing change for them. Fixed everything. Plant-based, again, there's no hormones in there. You're going to love this product. It's going to bring back balance. Your moods, your temperature, all these things. It's your body just kind of struggling through this transition. This has the right chemistry in it to help your body handle this better. Again, no hormones. You can do it if you want. You can have that happen however you want. But this is one way to do it without any additional hormones. So you can do it with your hormone meds. It works fine. Clicks, they talk about too. It's a transdermal lotion. Put it on your wrist. You rub your wrists together and you're off to the races. Amaze will do exactly that. Your skin, you got some sagging skin, your muscles, joints sore, hair lifeless, right? You want to grow more hair, like so. Again, you have this product. It's a collagen. It's a peptide. It's already liquid form. It's not some powder that you've got to somehow dissolve, which ends up making paper mache in your stomach in a lot of cases, especially the cheaper collagen. This is a peptide, so it's the smallest possible ingredient, smallest molecule that it can be. It's immediately absorbed within the body. That's what's so cool about peptides. That's why people keep talking about them. But it's actually a liquid in a pouch. You tear it off, gug. That's delicious. And the peptides are in you. They are immediately absorbed stomach and immediately in just in the upper intestine. You're done. It's already in. It will help change your skin, your hair, your nails, many things. Collagen's super important. Prime's awesome. It's just one of those things that helps you transport more oxygen with your blood. That's what it does. Nitric oxide booster. So just means wherever the blood goes, it's got more oxygen in it. So what that equates to, more energy. You just have more energy. You don't feel any different, I don't know if superheroes wake up one day and they're like, I feel like I'm super. I don't know. I feel like Spider-Man did a good job trying to show us that, but that's off topic. Prime, you're just going to have energy. You'll be doing stuff and you're like, normally I'd be winded right now, but I'm not. How weird. Or not as winded. For me, I notice it in the stairs. It's just sad. I mean, I do go to the gym, but it just bothers me. I'm like, walk up and down the stairs 3 times and I'll be like, man, why, right? Damn, right? Like, this is stupid. Yeah, I'm getting old, I guess. Prime helps take care of these problems. And again, STEM Active for Pets. You want to, I never even had it up on the screen. That would have been helpful. You want to go to danradiostyle.healthyhome.com. That's danradiostyle.healthyhome.com. Would have been nice to have that on the screen. danradiostyle.healthyhome.com. Just great products. Get you thinking healthy in the right kinds of ways, and that's what you're going to manifest, more health. So you're going to be stoked that you did it. It's danradiostyle.healthyhome.com. All right, let's get going. 5 states have sued Trump over his $10 billion freeze in child care family assistance. I'm sure a district judge is going to be like, you have to pay it immediately or irreparable harm will be done. But it's like, well, if they're literally using it in a fraudulent manner, irreparable harm will be done to us. If we issue those funds, we would have to say, yeah, that's definitely not cool. We'll see what happens, how this plays out. If a appellate court has to immediately get involved, this will be a fun one. But California, Colorado, Illinois, Minnesota, and New York, these 5 states, these will be the states where any cities that are meant to burn will burn. You watch, mark my words. It'll be in these 5 states. The places that have catastrophe. Especially because they're broke. Because they spend their money and waste their money and steal the money. And that is being shut off. These guys, even just with the cheating in elections they've been doing, they're going to have a hard time winning elections because they can't pay off the people. They can't do a lot of the stuff they've been doing. They're being destroyed. Prosecutor calls Gavin Newsom the king of fraud for his oversight failures. This is first Assistant Attorney Bill Asaley Thursday called Gavin Newsom the king of fraud. And some interesting stuff that they're looking into. There's some mail fraud. There's just a whole bunch of crap. I just heard a story, some $41 million off one individual that happens to be Iranian, which is funny. So again, it's happening all over the place. There's fraud, waste, and abuse happening all over. As long as these people donate the money the way they're supposed to, they're left alone. They're rewarded. But this is coming crashing down. We have a Seattle judge that, of course, we know they're going to be blocking stuff, but she's blocking the health department from rejecting Head Start grants with DEI terms. Seattle judge is telling the federal government, hey, you need to accept these documents even though they've got stuff in it that you guys don't have definitions for. Doesn't fill a checkbox. You got to take it anyways, just because they don't want to change their system. And the federal government's like, we're normalizing things. You're some whack job. No. Anyway, this will be obviously stopped in appeal. They need to change their paperwork. It's just that simple. And I think they probably gave them the 90 days that were legally required, 60 or however many. I think it was 90, I think. But yeah, it's already happened. USDA suspends all payments to Minnesota's food programs over suspected fraud. You don't think? Are you telling me they're fraudulent? Dude, there's so much fraud we're finding. Remember, those 5 states, so fraudulent. It's beautiful. In Minnesota, Minneapolis specifically, it's obviously one of the cities. Trump doesn't want it to happen, but they've gone to courts and stuff. And this is kind of where Trump can just sit back and be like, all right, now you have to ask for it. So Tim Walz is trying to bring up National Guard right now to stop ICE while, people are rioting and protesting. He's more worried about attacking the federal government who's following the law that Minnesota has failed to do forever. We're watching the collapse. This is just freaking awesome. DNC signals possible legal action against 10 states over proposed DOJ voter list agreements. I don't know, DNC's suing red states. I don't fully understand it. Alabama, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, South Carolina, South Dakota, Texas, Tennessee, Utah. Appears to require violations of the National Voter Registration Act. I think they're wanting data that they feel is not worthy or allowed. But there's a lot of non-government organizations that buy data with Social Security, at least last 4, all over the place. So it's just funny that other states, they're like, no, we don't want you to have it, but we'll give it to this non-government organization over here that's going to use it nefariously. Arizona's private voter registration information is not up for grabs. You'll sell it to people. Maybe that's the thing. Well, we don't want to do it for free. Yeah, we'll see where it goes. Again, there's so many cases, right? We've got Philadelphia. The sheriff's now saying you don't want this smoke. I feel like what's that Beyonce? I feel like there's a Beyonce song or something in there. I don't know, whatever. No, you're never gonna. It's not. That's not the song. But I don't even know. There's like 3 songs running around my head right now, and I can't get the one out that I want. Damn jukebox is broken. That sucks. Anyway, Philadelphia. They're like, yeah, you come in here with ICE, we'll arrest you if you do anything against the law. Which I don't know what that means exactly. Maybe they mean shooting people. I don't know. I still feel like that was justified, but whatever. That's cool. We can have that argument all day long. There's plenty of video to prove that. It's good times. So I almost feel like Philadelphia is begging Trump to send people in. Is this where the left wants to spin the next shooting because they've already got someone queued up and ready to go? Or they've got enough nonsense queued up and ready to go, and Trump's like, nah, no thanks, it's cool. We'll wait you out. You can't keep it up forever, especially when you got paid agitators that you're bringing in. So I feel like they're trying to goad Trump into coming into Philadelphia. I doubt Trump's going to, I don't know. I mean, because it's an invitation. That's for sure. Don't do it. If you do this, we'll get so mad at you. You better not cross this line. I mean, this line. Like, whatever. We'll see. Minneapolis ICE shooting shows left-wing protest industrial complex. They want another George Floyd. Again, it's not a black dude. Just, sorry. You lose a lot of support. There is practically zero black people that give a shit that a white person got killed. In fact, probably call her a dumb bitch. And again, I'm not wishing ill on anybody that's passed away, but that was not smart. That's for sure. And she was a professional agitator. And everyone's like, she's a mother of three. Yeah, well, she shouldn't have been irresponsibly doing what she was doing. Should she have? Just because you're a mother, what? So anytime anyone's doing anything heavily illegal where they should be put down or they're possibly going to harm others, or in this case, actually try to commit a crime with a vehicle, hit the dude. I mean, actually hit the officer, so that is a crime with a lethal weapon, a car. It's all good. We can do this all day long. All day long. Yeah. You guys don't need to see it again, do you? Nah, we don't need to see it again. This is great, though. I like this Minnesota guy here. I think we got a couple people. Oh, is this the guy I think is Barack Obama? Hang on. This guy's Barack Obama. No, okay, I don't have a nickname for this guy yet. Next guy's Barack Obama.
I'm not finna go into who was in the right, who was in the wrong with that Minnesota lady that lost their life. I'm not finna argue with y'all tonight. But I do know one thing. Y'all don't care about y'all kids enough like I care about mine. I'm not putting my life on the line for no stranger. I got somebody depending on me. My family's depending on me to come home every day. I'm not putting my life on the line for no strangers, yet alone people that's not even from here. If somebody told me ICE is coming to my city, which has already happened, I'm staying out the way. What do I look like going in the streets trying to protect people that's not even from here? Or whatever the situation is. They could be from here. I'm still not protecting a stranger in general. I got people depending on me. Don't forget that. So in this situation, they say ICE is coming to your city in Minneapolis to figure out what's going on with this Somali fraud. Thank you. Why in the world would I need to hit the streets and stop that? I don't know. I just know it don't seem like y'all care about y'all kids enough. I don't need my child to be fatherless. And I definitely don't need him to understand that he lost his father because his father was out there defending Somalis.
People are seeing this. I'm not saying this besmirchingly. You guys tell me if his voice doesn't sound exactly like Barack Obama. I'm pretty sure that's who this was, reminded me of.
Everybody want to talk about whether or not the ICE agent should have shot the lady. I'm trying to figure out why she was there in the first place. You got a son. You got a family. You out here defending Pablo and Julio like they give a damn about you. Go home and protect your son. Can't do that now, it's too late. Worried about the wrong shit. And it's the problem. When you start dating people, you need to find out what their politics are. What side of the fence are they on? Because I'm starting to realize all the crazies is a bunch of liberals. They're the crazy ones. What woman of yours is going to be out on the front lines battling for fucking Carlos? Carlos is in here illegally. He need to go back to his country. Worry about the wrong shit. Got yourself killed. Good job.
Yeah, right? Got yourself killed. Am I wrong? That mofo sounds exactly like Barack Obama. I swear to God, it was hard. I was like, is he trying to sound like Barack Obama? Or is that just, this dude just, Barack Obama sounds like him is what it is, frankly. Let's be honest. Let's call a spade a spade. Barack Obama sounds like that gentleman. That's what it is. Anywho. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. I love this dude. He's talking about the investigations into the nonprofits and the money. Where's the money coming? No money, no honey. So right now we're trying to cut off the honey.
There are 501c3 nonprofit groups that are funded by left-wing dark money that are organizing, or at least at arm's length, encouraging criminal activities, criminal protests, criminal obstruction of federal officers, including ICE agents. Is the Treasury looking into this? Is this something that you have authority to crack down on, and what can we expect?
Yes, and yes. So these groups are engaging in this. We have the authority, and we are examining them because when you see these protesters, someone is financing them. There are safe houses that when you see the 300 people with the same laser that they're using to blind DHS agents in courthouses in Portland, someone bought those lasers. And again, what we do is follow the money. Just like we followed it with the mafia, just like we follow it with the drug cartels. And we will find out who's done this. I announced today that we are going to put in effect a whistleblower program. And my sense is that the rats will turn on each other. That, as I believe you reported or someone talked about in the roundtable today, one of the Somali fraudsters tried to bribe a juror with $120,000. Well, it turned out she'd been given $200,000 to bribe the juror, and she skimmed $80,000. Like it's like the scorpion. It's in their nature.
I love it. I love this dude a lot. Scott is I fucking love him. We have the best administration I've ever arguably experienced. Now, I know obviously a lot of people could and should and would disagree with me, but I'll hold my own on this one. These guys are awesome. Patel says FBI is investigating organizers, funders, anti-ICE protests for impeding law enforcement. We're learning so much stuff. We finally got an FBI that's not ineffective, and in fact, we finally have an FBI that's not literally trying to cause crimes. We remember a number of these stories where of the 9 people they were trying to bust, 6 of them were cops. There was 17. It was a huge number. Most of them were cops. There was 3 dudes that were actually bad, and everybody else was cops. They were trying to railroad people. That was the Minnesota one, whenever they tried to do to her, Gretchen. Or they're going to kidnap her, that's right. It's stupid. All this shit, just stupid. I am so impressed with us, man. I really was worried about humanity. We surprise me every day. That's all I can say. Trump's calling for a 1-year cap on credit card interest rate at 10% now. Before people are like, yeah. First off, don't take this news and go out and buy more shit on your credit card. Okay? If you were someone that just had that thought, you've probably got a problem. I would sit on it and try to pay off your credit card as a smart move right now for you. 10% is going to go on top of the APR. APR, I don't even know what it is right now, frankly. I'm so far removed from those types of crazinesses. But 7%-ish, we'll say? So it's 17%. It's still going to suck. A lot of people have credit cards that are, I know, 20, 30, 40, 15%. So something like this would be huge. If you're in debt, I would actually try to use this as an opportunity to pay it off rather than buy more. And seriously, just shift those thinking processes. Debt is a horrible thing. It costs you a lot of money. It's especially credit card debt. If you can get a loan, pay it off, do it that way, whatever. But get out of it. It's just not a good idea. It's bad financial advice. You're getting short-term gains for long-term. It's like what we do with the bond stuff. The bond stuff's killing us all. Every state. Every single state's got bond problems. Top 5 silver producers. I just thought it was kind of cool, and it's huge, surprisingly. Mexico produces a lot of silver. We're trying to get control of Mexico also right now. Not like that we're going to run it, but we're all going to be buddies. Polar worlds. We will be, Monroe Doctrine, Don Roe Doctrine, we will be controlling this part of the world, period. End of story. Greenland's coming. We'll talk about it. Mexico produces 6.3 thousand tons, metric tons, if it matters. And, the next person down is China at 3.3. Mexico makes almost double. And then I don't know what's PER. Peoria? I don't even know what country that is. I'm sorry for my ignorance, but anyway, we're way down here at 1.1, which is, we've got some silver mines and shit. I think Nevada's got a chunk of them, and probably likewise other stuff, other places. Canada's way over here at the end. So, gold's going up. People are going to start talking about mining, doing mining, speeding up mining. So, Rio Tinto and Glencore are in talks from, these are 2 of the world's big mining companies that are coming together. I think they're trying to be able to compete kind of with China, essentially, is what this comes down to. $200 billion deal. Big deal. Rio Tinto and Glencore. So we'll see how all this plays out. This would likely be there's going to be a lot of consolidation. Just so much waste, fraud, and abuse. There's consolidation, and we're heading into a world, I think, where we're going to worry about stuff outside of the planet a little more than inside the planet very soon. And I think that's going to require large amounts of spending. And I think that's what Trump's talking about, this $1.5 trillion for the military. That's where a lot of that stuff's going to start to come from. But I think we've got some interesting stuff coming, and I would suspect we've got some technologies that are already well developed, and likely many of that are built that might need to scale up, is what I'm thinking. And so we've got a changing world coming, and eventually there's going to be disclosure is a broad variety. It's a prism of things. It's beautiful. It's a rainbow, right? Like there's so many different aspects to disclosure. So anybody that's hooked on these singular events, right? There's perp walks or people arrested, or like there's certain things that people are very fixated on. Like understand there's a rainbow of disclosures that are going to happen, and so your color may come later, but it's coming. Affordability. Trump's calling for a temporary 10%. Yeah, we talked about this. What the hell? U.S. trade deficit collapsed in October. It's going way down. I don't know if I could do this thing justice. But so way up here was early when Trump got in. This was the trade deficit. So Trump started tariffs, all the stuff, right? Tariffs heavily. And from that, the trade deficit dropped significantly. Everybody said it was going to cause inflation, and it didn't. Inflation's actually pretty low. He says non-existent. It's not really true. And maybe, but I think 2% is the 0 point, maybe, because that's what they call healthy inflation, because they're going to always get 2%. That's printing a dollar. Every dollar bill they print, every 1.00 they print, it costs us 1.02. It's not an even exchange. It literally costs us 2 pennies to have them give us a dollar. We don't do pennies anymore, so we're fucked. Kidding, of course. This trade deficit's way down here where my mouse is. Way down here. Like if when you go all the way back to like when was it even sort of that low? Here in 2009, we had a moment in time. And then outside of that, you got to go back to like 99. Trump is, well, he's kicking booty. That'd be one way to say it. Markets are closed currently. I don't think Asian markets are open yet. I'm kind of actually surprised. They should be. Asian markets should be moving. Whatever the case is, silver had a strong Friday. It's going to keep going up. It's a thing that you got to just keep in mind. It's silver is the multiplier. Gold holds inflation. I always call it the bobber. And again, it's still tripping me out because, like, I don't know. For some reason, this was a big deal to me when it finally dawned on me. I'm like, what's the new currency going to be like, you know? What's it going to be equal? How much gold is going to be equal to how many treasury notes or how many Federal Reserve notes, sorry. And the answer came to me on this coin. I've seen it 100 times. No pun intended. Hundreds of times. And it never dawned on me. And I don't know if you can see it. It's probably not. On the bottom, it says $100. $100. That's Federal Reserve dollars. So 1 ounce of gold equals $100. Right now, 1 ounce of gold equals 4,518 Federal Reserve notes. $100, 4,500 Federal Reserve notes. $100, 4,500 reserve notes. That currency is dying. This same 1 ounce of gold back in the day, 1913, buy me a fully tailored suit. Today, it'll buy me a fully tailored suit. Buying power. I didn't get rich doing this. You don't do this when the economy's good. You buy stocks, you buy treasuries, you buy all sorts of crazy other shit. You never buy precious metals when the economy is awesome. When it sucks and a currency's crashing, this is the investment. There's no other. Silver's going to multiply because of manufacturing and because of paper contracts. I've even heard the numbers as high as 100 paper contracts to one thing. I've said it before. I just use the example. It's easier. It's visual. Okay, 1 ounce of silver, 100 contracts, meaning there's 100 paper contracts sold against 1 ounce of silver. Each contract says 1 ounce of silver. It's not like it's like a penny of the silver. No. 100 different people that you're giving a piece of paper that says, yeah, you own 1 ounce of silver coin. And they're like, cool. And they'll probably leave it as paper all the time. But all 100 of those people could say, hey, I want a coin. Can you send me a coin? I have to pay shipping or whatever. And they'll be like, sure, because that's what you have. Except they've sold 100 of them to one of these, which means now they've got to buy 99 pieces of silver. What does that do to the price when suddenly banks are having to buy quantities of silver to pay out physical contracts? It causes the price to go way up. And then what they do is they print a bunch more paper contracts. That causes the price to go way down. You see how this game's playing? This is a sum loss for the banks. The Federal Reserve note's going to continue to die. And in that process, the banks are going to get choked, and only the good ones will make it through this. Chase, Visa, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, these are the three that I'm hearing are pretty tied up in a lot of these paper contracts. In fact, Chase, from what I hear, is the worst. This is happening. We're going to live through this. Now, whether or not you can get precious metals, again, cool. If you can't, I get you. Make sure you've got things that, are worth money or function, are important. If you've got skills, that's going to be important. Keep these things in mind. No matter what, there's always ways to barter if you have to. One of the reasons why I don't like crypto, at least there's something physical involved. You can barter for somebody and get some silver, get paid. And you'll understand the value of it. And so you'll know what you're worth. And you'll be like, well, a job like that and what I do and what I can do, that's probably 3 silver pieces. And they're going to be like, 3? And be like, all right, you find somebody else to fix your electrical right now. It's a mess. I see it. It's sparking over there. All right, shit, okay. I'm telling you guys, you'll be fine. If your heart's in the right place, you'll be fine. You'll be in the right place. You'll have a good neighbor, whatever the case is. Something. Stay safe, guys. And if you've got a 401k or an IRA, if you've got any sort of pension, because if you're in a state pension, I would seriously plan on not seeing a lot of that money, if any of it. I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying I would plan in my mind. If you get to see it, that'll be gravy. If you don't, you'll at least be planned for it as best you can. It's going to get crazy, guys. We're not there yet. The Fed's got to go. Got to go. $100. 1 ounce. That's the number. Keep that in mind. That tells you how far our purchasing power is drifting when you think of the Federal Reserve note that they just destroyed. That was Nixon that took us off the gold standard. Just in that short period of time, we've gone this far. DRSlikesgold.com, DRSlikesgold.com. Let my good friends at Goldco help you. Tax-free, penalty-free. Move it sideways as much as you can. That's how the game's played, as much as you can. Tax-free, penalty-free. You're going to get up to 10% free silver. Again, there's a multiplier baked into silver. Silver's likely going to close 200-ish, if not higher, we'll see, by the end of the year. It's going up in value. The paper contracts are destroying banks. This is happening. As the paper contracts dry up, the price will go where it belongs. It's going way up. Take advantage of that 10% silver, and maybe it might be worth holding on to more silver even than sometimes you get recommended, because the silver is actually going to show some multipliers more than gold. Gold holds value. Silver is going to make buying power. It's going to make purchasing power. You're going to go positive on the silver. Again, I can't guarantee this, but this is where all the trends are heading right now, and this is based off the prices and based off of what's happened over the past 3-4 years. This is still happening. So, I don't know. The writing's on the wall. It's pretty obvious. DRSlikesgold.com. DRSlikesgold.com. Let my friends at Goldco help you. It's a tough situation. There's a lot of steps to it. It's physical metals. Literally putting a trust. It's yours. You can have them sent to you as physical metals. You literally own them. There's no paper contracts. It is 100% physical metal. They've got a number of suppliers. These guys are the best in the business. They're worth it. DRSlikesgold.com, DRSlikesgold.com. Protect that buying power while you can. We don't know when and where and how, but you know what? There's a $100 coin. We're at 4,500 and something. It's Federal Reserve notes. Don't buy what they used to. DRSlikesgold.com, DRSlikesgold.com. Get out. Get down. Get out. Trump is suggesting, by the way, I think this is funny, and I'm sure Trump kind of played it off as such, but he's suggesting that Marco Rubio could soon get another job. Marco, I'm sure you're stoked. You've already got 4 main huge-ass jobs, but he might soon become the president of Cuba, which is very funny. I wish they had that on, that looks like the exact moment he said it, doesn't it? In fact, that might be his next job, being president of Cuba. And that look on his face is like, oh, motherfucker, you better not. I mean, Mr. Motherfucker. I said, sir, fucker, sir, motherfucker, sir. I don't know how that would properly be said. That's somewhere around there. We've got Trump stepping up to support for Iranian protesters in a flurry of posts. It's funny, this morning at the coffee shop, there was a lady that was very, very Persian. And yeah, she likes Lindsey Graham, first off. That tripped me out a lot. I was just like, wow, okay, so I probably step on all sorts of people's toes when I piss on Lindsey Graham. I dislike that mofo like It was hard for me to just sit on my hands on that one, but I did. I did talk about how Trump is definitely going to help Iran. She wants him in there already. I'm just like, oh my Lord, this is awesome. We've got there's a huge number of Persian people in this state specifically, but certainly this country. But California is one of the largest populations of Persian people, and many freak out about that, but they're lovely people. Again, my college lab partner, Zahedi was his last name. He was a Persian dude. I learned a lot. I had khorma zabzi for my first time. His mom made it. It was delicious. So again, I don't know, just been growing up differently than a lot of people. A lot of people are scared of what they don't know. I think is what is very common. I've seen throughout humanity with almost everybody is they fear what they don't know, right? And that's normal. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I've had many blessings in my life to know things that maybe some haven't had the privilege, right? Like, yeah, there you go. Crowds of several thousand protesters in the Iranian embassy in London. They swapped out the flag, the old Islamic flag, and replacing it with the current flag they're getting rid of, which is the Islamic one, and they're replacing it with the Lion and the Sun flag, which is basically the imperial state of Iran. So that's kind of cool. Iran sounds like has been, for the most part, liberated. It's still playing out. Trump might have to get involved. I don't know if we're going to make Khomeini disappear in the middle of the night. Again, Lindsey Graham is like, oh, nuke their punk asses, basically. So we'll see. Oh, here's something Trump talking about it, I guess.
So Iran's in big trouble. It looks to me that the people are taking over certain cities that nobody thought were really possible just a few weeks ago. We're watching the situation very carefully. I've made the statement very strongly that if they start killing people like they have in the past, we will get involved. We'll be hitting them very hard where it hurts. And that doesn't mean boots on the ground, but it means hitting them very, very hard where it hurts. So we don't want that to happen. There have been cases like this where President Obama totally backed down. But this is something pretty incredible that's happening in Iran. It's an amazing thing to watch. They've done a bad job. They've treated their people very badly, and now they're being paid back. So let's see what happens. We're watching it. We're watching it very closely.
Yeah. We'll see how it plays out. Yeah, I guess here's a Donald Trump warning. I don't know how long this is. This is pretty...
That awful 47-year tyranny.
Well, I don't want to say it, but I will tell you they're not doing well, as you know, probably better than anybody. They're doing very poorly. And I have let them know that if they start killing people, which they tend to do during their riots, they have lots of riots, if they do it, we're going to hit them very hard.
Now, dozens have been killed. I know you don't do red lines, but have you communicated to them what that limit of your patience is?
Well, some have been killed by... problems of crowd control and other things. And we're watching it very closely. The crowds are so large, there's been a stampede there's been 3 stampedes, and people have been killed in that, and I'm not sure I can necessarily hold somebody responsible for that. But they know, and they've been told very strongly, even more strongly than I'm speaking to you right now, that if they do that, they're going to have to pay.
Now, the one thing I heard from the lady that I haven't heard, and I said I'll share this with my audience, is that there is people from other countries that are coming in and killing Iranians. So I don't know. I mean, it was interesting. It was a very cool conversation. She has no idea what this channel is. I definitely didn't share that with her. But this is, people don't like the Khomeini. They don't like him. They got rid of the Shah back in the day, back in 79 or whenever it was. Literally, it was Jimmy Carter that was directly responsible, by the way. Literally told everybody that nobody could accept the Shah. He literally ejected the Shah, and that is when Iran began the path down this Islamic State nonsense. That's when Khomeini came in, and that's when a shit ton of Persians left. So again, a very great people, a very beautiful country at one time, was taken over by the deep state. And Jimmy Carter played a direct role in that. God, I hope this is not a child, because every time I look at this picture, she has a really nice rump. U.S. will act on Greenland whether they like it or not, is what the story is saying. The picture, I pray to God that's someone that's over 18, at least, because, I don't know. I feel wrong and dirty and creepy. We have a situation going on where Trump's basically going to take it. He's not going to let China or Russia have access to Greenland. They seem to have made inroads there, is my guess. And Trump's basically telling Denmark, look, here's the deal. We've already, and I've heard a lot of people talking about this. One thing I've kind of sort of listened to some of the other pundits out there, if you will. Some things I stay isolated on. Some things I like to hear what other people are saying. But we've got a situation where Denmark likely doesn't legally control them. It sounds like we actually do legally. And it's just never really been pushed. You know, there's 50,000 people there. They didn't really care. They're like, it's a giant wasteland. Why would we give a shit? Yeah, it's ours. All right, whatever. Denmark wants to keep paying for it. Cool. Maybe they don't own it, really. So we've got a situation. And Trump, I think, is basically saying, look, if we got to take it by force, we'll take it by force. We don't give a shit. It's ours. We're going to take it. It will be ours. It is ours. How we do this, we'll see. I mean, and we've heard that there's very few people there, and they might offer them up a bunch of money. $5 billion, and you could literally give every person there $100,000. They'd be like, yeah, I'll become American. Seriously? One-time payment? Yeah, you bought me. Done. What's Denmark going to do? Nothing. Nothing. What's Europe going to do? Nothing. What's China and Russia going to do? Nothing. So what's going to happen? They're going to spin it. They're going to make it sound like it's the worst thing. Trump's horrible, blah, blah, blah. He's a dictator. No more kings. Trump warns he may go the hard way. Yeah, would like to make a deal, the easy way. But if we don't do it the easy way, we're going to do it the hard way. Doesn't elaborate. Nothing's off the table. We'll nuke everybody there, and then we'll fly in with spaceships and rehabilitate it. UK's Labour government under Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Yeah, that guy. Yeah. He's apparently pissed off about a bunch of people have been taking his pictures and trying to get Elon Musk's grok to make nudes of him and or him in a bikini, which is what this particular image is. Keir Starmer seems very upset. His eyes less like he has a thumb in his butt. Maybe it's because there's people standing behind him and it would look awkward. I don't know, but he's usually got that look on his face like like someone just stuck a thumb up his ass. There's no missing that, I would assume. I'm not saying I'm an expert or something, but it's just his eyes. I don't know what else would describe that. You tell me. I stubbed my foot. Well, he's standing there. He's not. Someone just stuck a thumb in his butt. I'm sure of it, people. Whatever.
Disgraceful. It's disgusting. And it's not to be tolerated. X has got to get a grip of this. and Ofcom have full support to take action in relation to this. This is wrong. It's unlawful. We're not going to tolerate it. I've asked for all options to be on the table. It's disgusting. And X need to get their act together, and we will take action on this because it's simply not tolerable.
Or I'll make you smell my thumb. So yeah, he sounds just like Gordon Ramsay. That's kind of funny. That must be from the same place, you know. That's where they learn to speak like that. Yeah, good old care stuff. Whatever. People are... England, I feel for you. I really do. I don't know if anyone can help you but yourselves at this point. But gosh, golly, I feel for you guys. All sorts of guys. Conservative Honduran lawmaker narrowly survives bomb hurled at her. This is pretty messed up. She survived this. Literally someone hit her in the head with a bomb. Yeah. This is not cool. So I think it's this chick. I don't know, one of them. They're both kind of... Whatever.
Gladys. Viene Gladys Aurora, Teresita, Calix. También Teresita. ¿Qué es lo que está pasando ahí?
¿A dónde? ¿Aquí en el Congreso?
Sí, ¿por qué no entran?
No nos dejan entrar. Cerrar.
Did you see from how far away that was thrown? That was a Peyton Manning toss. Hit her right in the friggin' head. Wow. Wow, man, that's wow. That's all I can say. Trump says U.S. is going to begin strikes on cartels in Mexico. In Mexico. Knocked out 97% of drugs coming in by water. We're going to start now hitting them on the land with regards to the cartels. He does talk about how essentially the cartels are running Mexico, how he's talked to Claudia Sheinbaum. She's not hip on this because essentially, as Trump's words, she's controlled by the cartels. So Trump is going to free Mexico. Might actually make it a greater country so people don't necessarily want to come here either. They'll be like, nah, we like our country. It's groovy. We love being in Mexico. Everybody seems to talk like us. It's fun. Here, just a lot of people do. Here especially. Holy crap. You got to learn Spanish here. It's a second language. Or at least have a clue who's making fun of you. Trump, yeah, so we'll see. This is right on our border, man. I mean, this is going to be interesting, like how many cells they got inside. So I'm not trying to panic people. I'm assuming these things are considered. This is why we've got these fast reactionary forces that exist in every state. Things are about to get serious, guys. U.S. launches retaliatory strikes on ISIS in Syria. A whole bunch of shit. F-15s, A-10s, AC-130Js, which I think are the ones with the guns. Those things are rad. Those gunships, they call them. MQ-9 drones are out there, and Jordanian F-16s. Oh, sorry, Jordan. I feel bad for a second. Sorry about that. Oof, F-16, woo, yay, I have some of those, huh? That was exciting. Our F-15s were just like, bye, F-16. One of my favorite videos, I don't know if you guys have seen it. For those of you that have, you'll be like, oh, yeah, that's the best. SR-71 flying with some MiG-31s or Su-27s. I don't know what they were. They were pretty fast though. They have a high top end, 2.5 Mach, easy. And the SR-71's just chilling with them, like, and then all of a sudden they just afterburns, it just takes off. We have some cool shit. It sucks that we kill everybody. I'd like to make spaceships or something fun like that. But anyway, whatever. We'll get there.
Good evening. President Trump hosting top oil executives at the White House today. They're discussing returning to Venezuela. This all to rebuild its oil infrastructure following the capture of former dictator Nicolas Maduro. We go now live to NTD's Washington correspondent Mari Otsu, who's live at the North Lawn of the White House. Mari, good evening.
Steve, good evening. That's right. Less than a week after Operation Absolute Resolve, the White House is vowing to restore Venezuela after over 2 decades of economic and political collapse under a socialist regime. And President Trump saying today that top oil companies will invest at least $100 billion in Venezuela to rebuild its oil infrastructure. And here's what some of those top oil executives had to say sitting around President Trump in the East Room today. Take a look.
The message that you have sent to China and our enemies to stay out of our backyard is absolutely fantastic. So thank you.
I think your big and bold idea to use energy commerce instead of conflict is something that could make a real big difference in Venezuela. And our company certainly stands ready to help in that endeavor.
President Trump announcing 30 million barrels of Venezuelan oil were given to the U.S. Thursday, and the U.S. is immediately beginning to refine and sell up to 50 million barrels of that oil. This coming as the president says the U.S. and Venezuela's interim authorities seized another oil tanker departing Venezuela.
We have an armada, a giant armada like nobody's ever seen in that part of the world, and it's stationed off the coast.
That's the fifth oil tanker this month, and President Trump says its oil will be sold through this energy deal. The Trump administration saying they have very different leverage post-capture of former Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro, that the capture changed Venezuela's conditions to incentivize businesses to return.
So they stole from us, and it was taken by socialists and communists at the time, and Venezuela was going bad, really bad. One thing I think everyone has to know is that if we didn't do this, China or Russia would have done it.
Meanwhile, President Trump drawing attention to the bigger picture, repeating his call to take Greenland.
It's also very big for national security because, again, just like Greenland, we can't have China or Russia occupy Greenland. We can't have China or Russia occupy Venezuela.
And predicting Cuba's downfall.
They've made a choice, and that is they would rather have political control over their people than they would to have an economy that functions. And they've gotten away with it for 60-something years because they've had donors, the Soviet Union, and now most recently Venezuela. But that's now gone. So the people in control in Cuba have a choice to make. They can either have a real country with a real economy where their people can prosper, or they can continue with their failing dictatorship that's going to lead to systemic and societal collapse.
And as President Trump doubles down on his national security strategy of vowing to fix up any countries serving as hubs for American adversaries, today he announces he'll be meeting with Colombia's Gustavo Petro at the White House during the first week of February, while in the same breath warning Petro that cocaine and other drugs must be stopped from coming into the U.S. And President Trump also says that he'll be meeting with the Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Machado sometime next week. Machado this week has been saying that she wants to give President Trump her Nobel Peace Prize for liberating her country. Steve, back to you.
Mariotsu, live from the White House. Thank you, Mari.
Steve's got the greatest job in the world. That's for sure. Thank you, Steve. And you, young lady. Venezuela's methane problem seems to loom over the Trump administration. They're saying they're trying to make it sound like it's a greenhouse emissions problem, which at least it sounds like that's where I feel like they're spinning this anyways. And I think it's hilarious. It's like, oh, now you're in charge. Methane's the worst greenhouse emitter in the world. That's your fault, U.S. It's like, are you freaking serious? Anyway, yeah, they got some damage and disrepair. Trump's already talked about how the oil company's going to go in. They're going to get deals to pay for it back. This is going to work out beautifully. We've essentially taken control of a large oil reserve. Like it, don't like it, doesn't matter. It's happened. And our oil companies are going to kind of make some money on this deal. Trump's made some deals with them, I think, and that's drilling in places maybe they didn't necessarily want to, but he's like, we need more production domestically. So we're, because again, it's expensive here in the United States to drill. So they're going to take a loss on that project, but they're going to take a major win on this Venezuela thing. Again, the world's a bigger place than most people can truly comprehend or appreciate. People are very, zero-sum thinking or binary or, short-term. I don't know. I don't know how to, I hope a lot of you guys get it. Many of you probably don't. I don't know what to say. It sucks. New Jersey, Petty Island. It's actually owned by Venezuela right now. It's 300-acre island. I don't know if it's close to any military bases or anything. It looks pretty disgusting and in disrepair and maybe even used for oil or something. But it's originally inhabited by indigenous Lenape. The people was once owned by Pennsylvania founder William Penn. Got a bunch of old money and shit. Citgo Petroleum. Obviously, William Penn made his money in oil. Pennsylvania Parkway. Wasn't that a nice average? Again, that monopoly. They've been just rubbing our fucking noses in it our whole lives. It's pretty awesome. I'm telling you that you can take power back. That's the beautiful part. You don't have to believe all the horse shit they tell you. Actually take ownership of your life. And you'd be amazed. Qatari embassy, I guess, was damaged in a Russian drone strike. And Qatar is like, nah, Nobody was home at the time, at least. Whatever. Then I know this building got hit. I don't know if there's somebody there that should have died, is what my guess is. So this is a very precise target. And it's like, but it's the embassy. And it's like, yeah, but we know who just died, right? So, yeah, whatever. Somebody important got smoked that was hiding out in this embassy that maybe shouldn't have been. I'm fascinated by this stupid war. And again, the amount of damage. Oh, no, it broke some windows? Yeah, it hit with a rocket, and it made a mess, it looks like. Looks like it leaked poo all over the side of the building. I don't know. It's disgusting. So, whatever. Russia on the Paris-Ukraine summit. Western peacekeeping troops would be a legitimate combat target. So this whole idea of putting NATO troops inside of Ukraine is not going to happen. Ukraine is not a NATO country. Putting NATO troops inside a non-NATO country is a bad idea. And Trump's not going to okay that. Never, ever. That's a red line for Russia. You're like, yeah, I'm going to put my enemy's troops inside my own. Yeah, no, that's stupid. You're just going to build up a bunch of troops. No, we'll only put 5 troops there. Yeah, you guys have never, ever once told us the truth. Ever once. So no, we'll blow them up. You put troops there, we'll blow them up. Fuck them. That's Russia. God bless them. I feel the same. Sad, and I don't know. Now I was gonna do a different music, but now I'm thinking of having inspired by Grateful Dead. The guy that actually founded the group has died. It was very sad. Bob Weir, founding member, transitions peacefully, so that's cool. That's cool. So I don't know. That might be the music for it. We're going to see. I had another option. I was going to go. I'm going to see what happens if I just, we'll see. We'll see if anything inspires me further than, because he's already got Dead in his name. But he is, and I did recently do Fish, and I had a hard ass time finding Fish songs. Anyways, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But yeah, Grateful Dead. There's at least some great songs, but I don't know. We'll see. Sucks when stuff like this happens, that's for sure. A lot of the people that we love and grew up with are they're dying, I guess is a way to put it. We've talked about the transitions. It's interesting to see who's the people that are making it and who aren't. And wheat from the chaff. That's all I can say. Those of us that are left behind, all right, take one more step forward. I feel like, right? Or they just rattle on the chairs, and when the music stops, pray to God there's a friggin' chair next to you, because otherwise, got a lot going on, guys. I love you all. We're going to continue this push, this fight, this change, this transition, this help through it, I hope. Guidance that I offer, I hope. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Future will judge me one way or the other. That's for darn sure. But we're doing this. We've got a lot happening this week, so I hope you guys enjoy. And yeah, stay prepared, stay frosty, as they would say. We are getting close to all sorts of nonsense. Where we go one, we go all. It's on the Fringe with Dan RadioStyle.